Hey tribe, welcome back. So let's see what is up with you guys next week and a half. As usual, pile number 1 on your left, 2 in the middle, 3 on your right. Choose using your intuition, not your eyes. And I will see you in timestamps. Hello, group number 1. Let's see what is up with you next week and a half. What are the energies like? So we have a couple of cards already pre-pulled from El Goliath Tarot deck and from the Gold Leaf Tarot. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Moon. Oh, someone is daydreaming, man, here. Okay, we also have the 10 of Cups. Definitely daydreaming. Okay, let's get more cards. Let's see what is up here with you. Is anyone in love? It feels like someone is in love here, just looking at your cards. Can't focus, daydreaming, fantasizing about things, getting lost in this kind of like image, perfect image in someone's head of love, of relationship, of a perfect date, of a perfect lover, even though there isn't such thing as perfection in relationship, but it is in someone's mind here when they are fantasizing about family, about a lover, about intimacy here. Overall, next week we're gonna have, it feels like you're kind of like on cloud 9. I don't know if you have someone who you share these, with who you would make these fantasies into reality. But either way, someone is very much up in the air here. I'm gonna use the Superlunaris deck. Let's see what is going on. We have the Temperance. We have the 10 of Cups twice here. Ooh, I like this. It's a very kind of like childlike energy for me here, where, you know, it reminds me of the first crush, first love, where you cannot forget about them. Even if you are not thinking about maybe someone in particular, next week we're gonna have, you're just gonna be much more romantic. And I feel like you're drawing that energy into your life. You may want to watch more romantic movies, go and visit places that are romantic, book yourself into a really cozy cafe for maybe afternoon tea. The way you dress is romantic. Overall romance, the way it shows up in your life next week, we're gonna have, it's very pure, it's very calm. It is not chaotic here. It's not, you know, for example, it's not a situation where someone is in love or the person doesn't reply and they keep wondering what's happening. No, it's a very calm, kind of loving week and a half for you. You have a balance here, balanced relationships. We're seeing someone is manifesting love in their life here, and I feel like it's pretty close to you. I don't know if this has happened already, if not, but it's in your energy field here. Expect dates, expect being proposed to, expect being asked on a date, expect compliments. And it's because you're in this kind of very loving energy within, and it feels like you're attracting that your way. You first kind of have it yourself. This is your card, that's what you have internally. And you're very feminine as well, and feminine is very soft when it comes to love, nourishing, understanding. And I feel like with that energy, you're attracting partners in your life, or at least much more attention than in the previous weeks, pile number 1. Yeah, I mean, come on. Look at the 6 of Wands here. How many people are reaching for her? Everyone wants her. So there is great success when it comes to manifestations and connections. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be only romantic for all of you. Say if you've been thinking about a collaboration, or you wanted a more successful partnership, you are attracting this already. And I don't know if some of you have done meditations or hypnosis sessions on one particular thing that you're trying to achieve, but you did a good job, pile number one, because you were very present in those manifestations. It's not that you're thinking about this thing that you want as if it's kind of far away or outside of you. You are able to make it real for you now, and therefore it comes your way. Yeah, and some of you have been waiting for this for a long time. Success in relationships, success in love. If you have a partner, if you are married, expect like a boost. I'm seeing wind now, and it's pink. It's weird. I can see wind in my vision. Expect this kind of wind, loving wind touching both of you, and your partnership may go through a really good transformation or an upgrade. You will want to be much more romantic to one another, softer to one another, take each other on dates. It's beautiful energy. Split the deck, we have the Sun card. Of course, happiness is here. Some of you may be thinking about having children. It's a really good time next week. We're gonna have to talk about that, how you're going to make it happen, what needs to be sorted, especially when it comes to maybe your foundations over here with the Knight of Pentacles. But overall, you are happy next week. We're gonna have, because you're present. Knight of Pentacles does not rush. Knight of Pentacles is a very steady knight. One step at a time. I only deal with something that is in front of me, and I'm not too worried about the future. I'm not there just yet. I'm taking necessary steps in order to create that future for myself. So you're very grounded in your wishes here. You're also very grounded in the present moment. And I think the next week will feel much lighter to you, because the more in the moment you are, the less of the energy that you waste for the past and for the future, right? And therefore you can do quite a lot in your everyday life, much more. You're quite productive next week. We're gonna have. Some of you will take a break here. And that's why you're gonna have enough time to think about something that maybe wasn't necessarily right for you at that point or at that time of your life. You're looking at your shadows here as well, but it isn't overpowering your happiness. You want to look at those shadows because you are seeking for new perceptions here. I don't know, has anyone recently watched or about to watch a movie about vampires or Wolverine or wolves or something like that? Because it is coming up randomly here. I don't know whose energy this is. Oh my god, I split the deck. We have the Seven of Cups here again. On the other side of the deck, we have the Lovers. Is anyone trying to make up their mind what to do with their partner? Do you have choices? Because that is possible here. You have quite a lot of suitors next week we're gonna have. I don't know if this is in business area or this is in your personal relationships, but it feels like communication is there. You may hear news from abroad or from far away from someone. It could be considering a partnership or work situation. You feel very motherly to me here. Again, something that I told you about before. You're very nurturing, you're very caring, and therefore what happens, and I just keep pulling cards one after another, it suits the story perfectly. What happens is you invite a person who has the same traits in them, and when you two join forces, that's when we see the Wheel of Fortune. That's when the fortune is on your side. It's almost like a lucky break. Powerful energy. With that powerful energy, we direct it where we want it and we achieve what we want. And you have the Ace of Wands here. For those who are married here, it feels like I keep hearing fertility. You may have a fertile week, or you may be talking, if some of you had any issues before having children or fertility issues, you may be talking about that. How can we solve this? What do we need to do in each other's bodies for each other and separately as individuals to strengthen our bodies to be more fertile? This is only for those who've been struggling with that. And the next card that you have is the Family card. So someone is definitely very focused on relationships. Next week for you, pile number one, is all about relationships. Bonding time, dates, Would it be friends or lovers? You having fun, you fantasizing about the future, you fantasizing about this love in your life. You just very much like up in the air. Cloud nine. That is what kind of reading I have for you. You are on cloud nine, my friends. And it feels like you've been talking to spirit here, or you will be talking to spirit, and you will be heard with the Ace of Swords here. You're coming from the heart, you feel the spirit, you connect to it, you're able to sense it with the Moon card. You may intuitively feel when you need to talk to the spirit and when you need to connect to the spirit. One of those days will be energetically more positive, advantageous days for you to connect to the spirit. You'll feel it through when it's your time to do so. I'm hearing gifted gifts are coming. Is something that was gifted or something that was given to you that you don't have anymore, or something that left your life will be returned in a slightly different form. I hope this made sense. Okay. What else we got here? We have another Ace of Swords. Your thoughts, your ideas are blessed. Don't spend too much time when making that decision. There's going to be one particular decision you will want to make. Tap into your moon, meaning tap into your intuition, because if you're going to be too much in your head, you may confuse yourself. And the answer is in your gut. So the easiest way to make up your mind, what I do personally, let's say I have option A, this candle, option B, this candle. When I look at the candle A, how does my body feel? If I'm going to choose that, how does my body feel? Do I feel drawn to it? Or do I feel pushed back a little bit? Or do I feel cold? And the same thing I do for option B. So I trust my body and my feelings. And maybe someone needs this advice right now. They're trying to make up their mind. What do I do? What do I do? Do I choose this? Do I choose that? Or is my intuition correct or not? Feel it through in your body. Okay. If you need to spend a bit more time on your own when making this decision, so that you can recalibrate yourself in a way. Because if there's going to be a lot of people around you when you're trying to make this decision, you may feel other people's energy and you may get lost, right? So if that decision is very important, spend a bit more time at home that day or on your own that day if you can, and really connect to your body. You'll be able to feel it through then. But overall, a great week. I don't remember when I had a reading like this. I'm really happy for you. Love, be loved, go on dates, pamper yourself. That's what kind of week you are having. And have fun. Have fun. Fantasize. This is a magical pile. This is a pile where all dreams come true, where we don't have any blockages or any... And I'm talking about subconscious blockages or any, we don't believe anymore, any programming that was installed to us before. We believe that everything is possible here, and therefore, the more you truly believe in that, the more you see those things come into you. Maybe not as, as in movies, but it does start happening. So have a beautiful week, and I will catch you in the next one. If you need more content, find me on Patreon. Bye for now. Hey, group number 2, let's see what is up with you next week. Week and a half. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Magician. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get more information. Let's see what is going on here. I feel like for you guys, I'm gonna pull from different decks. For pile number 1, I just used the Super Lunaris deck. For you, I want a mixture of cards from different decks. So bear with me. And I'm just pulling cards from my box that I have next to me. Okay, I feel like we have enough. We have Ace of Swords, we have the Lovers, and we have Ace of Cups. What is going on? Pile number 1 was all about relationship. Pile number 2 too. So we're seeing a collective theme here already. Let me put these cards, all right, like that so you can see them. Ace of Cups, perfect. What do we have from the In-Between Tarot? The Hierophant, again, marriage, relationships. Wow, okay. Will it stand? Barely. Made it happen, okay. We also have the Page of Swords from the Ocean deck. We have the Epoch, Pause in Your Journey from the Magic of You Oracle, in case anyone will be asking. From the Black Mirror deck, I believe, or Dark Mirror, we have Fated to Suffer. Oh, this is gonna be a deep reading. We also have Earthed, learning to be, how to be human in the world, but not of it. You know what? I'm gonna start this reading with the Dark Mirror card, and I'm gonna read it from the book for you. All right. Fated to Suffer. Feeling confined into a script forced by other and never really fought, heading toward the destination of pain, visual seed. In the confines of a foggy forest, a misshaped woman hands a green and red apple to a younger woman with red lips, dressed as a servant. If you know the future, you forsake your choices. Only with no fate, life is free to unfold into unknown shores. Going dark. Once upon a time, we believed in fairy tales. They were the voice of common sense, the educational tool which prepared us to duty, danger, and morals. Some things we would never accept if they were told by a single voice. So the world arranges us to hear them with 1,000 voices, 1,000,000 voices. It's about what you can do and what you can't do. What are your worth? What can you aspire to? It's about what you like, what you want, what you hold dear. It creates a script which becomes as strong as all the voices that believe that script combined. So much that you cannot see another path. Now, this is important. I'm going to reread this for you because we'll talk about this. It creates a script which becomes as strong as all the voices that believe that script combined. So much that you cannot see another path. What is the first thing that you thought of when you saw this card right here? Did you have like a weird feeling about it? Did you connect it to the fairy tale? What do you think about this apple? Is it healthy? Is it not? What is your perception on this based on what you've seen in the past? Are you truly seeing Snow White in the card? Is this story truly the only one that this image can tell? What if the apple is not poisoned? What if the witch is not evil? Is that the same at what you look Is that the same at what you look in your life? Is it truly what you think it is? Are there not any other options? Is the option of others honestly better than ours, even if they are many and we are only one? Are you fated to suffer? It is not that there is no suffering in the world. The point is that there is no fate. I love this deck because it keeps you wondering. It opens up a space for questioning the perceptions. Now, in this case, we have fated to suffer and we have the split regret over here. Someone, in some way here, and it's most probably connected to a relationship, either with yourself or with someone else. But when I say relationship, now you're going to have to determine if this is a relationship with self or someone else or both. We're seeing a situation here where next week we're going to have someone that is able to open their eyes to what they have been lying to themselves about here. What perception I had about one particular relationship and what is the reality of it, or what could be another story of that relationship if I made changes. Communication is going to be the key. We have the Page of Swords right here holding that sword. Right here it is. Communication with a lover, with yourself, with a friend. And I feel like this is a pile where we can repair relationship with self, reprogram ourselves in some way. For example, the same thing here. What do we see in this card once we first look at it? So same would go for a relationship with yourself. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe you can and what you can't do? What do you believe about the past relationship? What do you believe about the current relationship with that particular person? There is an opportunity here to repair a relationship with self first, and that repairs a relationship with someone else here. It could be a father as well, brother, sister, neighbor, mother, lover, friend. There is some sort of belief that someone has about relationship, that if I do this, oh, it's gonna be bad. Or I've seen this before, right? Like this image. I've seen that behavior before in someone else, so it means that this person is completely shit, right? Because I've seen too many of these behaviors. What if that person was anxious in that moment? And I'm not talking about an actual manipulative person. I'm talking about someone misinterpreting a situation and judging a situation, making like a conclusion out of a very small one detail, and they don't have enough facts, or they don't know this person well enough to tell who they truly are. Same would go for you. It feels like you want to dive into the depths of your own soul. You're going to want to pause in your journey in order to do that. Depths in your own soul in order to answer some questions about relationship. When you feel good with yourself, when you feel motivated, driven that day, how do you talk to your person? And again, platonic, romantic. How do they respond back? When you feel like shit, when you feel not worthy that day, how do you talk to them? And how do they respond back? That's what kind of energy I'm seeing here next week we're going to have. I'm seeing some sort of repair happening in the way we see a relationship or ourselves, and it affects the relationships around us. Say, for example, Earth card here, you are not able to see it. I showed it to you before. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Learning that we all human, we make mistakes. That we are all imperfect. We need to focus on the reality of relationships. Maybe someone out there watching is thinking that they have a relationship with a person, but that person doesn't even know them. So we're looking at grounding in relationships, talking to one another, solving problems, looking at our depths, programming, and how we judge one another. How we judge marriage. What do we think of marriage here? If I'm married, does it make you cringe or does it make you happy? Or does it make you feel that there's going to be both of those energies together? It's gray, because there will be work. For a successful partnership, both people have to invest hard work. There will be a lot of happy days. But it's not going to be rainbows and unicorns. And also, it's not only going to be hard work all the time, if you choose wisely, right? So someone is almost like having this conversation with themselves next week. We're going to have about a relationship, or maybe with someone else. Because look at this Lovers card over here. One person over here is super invested and present in the moment, and the other one is not so much. And maybe that's what kind of relationship you'll be having. How do you feel right here? What is something that you're thinking about? Can we just talk? Can we just have tea? Can we just bond together? Maybe someone has commitment issues here, I'm not sure. But it's important for you to pause and to reflect, because it feels like it's going to impact the future of your relationship very much. And it's important to be looked at here. Because I don't know if you already have that person around you. There is a possibility that someone is getting married. And I'm saying soon, and soon I mean tarot soon, the next couple of years. Since we're talking about that, let me pull a couple of cards from the Romance Angel deck. Yeah, free yourself from something here, but it feels like it's in someone's head. Let me clarify. Maybe you... Ace of Swords again. Be brave enough to cut off what is not needed, but also be brave enough to talk about some of your fears you may have about relationship. Make sense? Someone is very stiff when they think of a relationship, because I feel like they're coming from this fearful or anxious mindset. Play more. Have more fun. Don't overthink it so much. Be silly around one another. Create more joy in your life. I feel like someone is holding on to this perception that, oh my God, it's gonna be hard because I've seen my mother and father fight all the time, or I saw my parents divorce, and now my parents have another difficult relationship, blah, blah, blah. It's coming from the past. You are able to create a relationship that you want to have. But I feel like the past energy or your own experience is heavy on your shoulders, and you've forgotten how to play. You've forgotten how to have fun because you keep looking around your shoulder thinking that, oh, they may have some sort of agenda or they may hurt me. And obviously there is no fun or lightness here. So that is something that you're thinking about, or that's your theme for the next week we're going to have, to truly dig a little bit deeper to see what is something that you are in need of in your love life right now. Would you be married? Would you be single? What is something that you've picked up from the past experiences and you're holding on to them, and you think it's protecting you from hurt? It's as if someone is holding a really heavy shield, but in that shield there are memories, hurtful memories of the past, from their own experiences or from their parents and grandparents maybe. And they hold in that heavy energy, those heavy emotions with them, thinking that's going to protect them from being hurt or from being lied to in some way. But in reality, just holding that shield is hurting them enough already. And it messes up the balance of relationship. So it's a deep reading, pile number 2. I know. But I hope this helped someone out there. If you need more content of different topics, find me on Patreon, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, let's see what is up with you next week we're gonna have. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, let's pull more cards. Let's see what is up. Next week we're gonna have, we have the Page of Pentacles from the Superlunaris deck. We have the Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. We have the Temperance. From the Archetype deck, we have the Fault Line. We'll talk about this in a minute. From the Animal Tarot deck, we have the 6 of Summer, which is the 6 of Cups. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. I want more tarot cards, and I'll put it on top. Let's see what we have here. Hermit reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, from Vice Versa Tarot, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Seems like you're looking for answers next week we're gonna have. And for a lot of you, these answers are connected to your material life, to your financial abundance. Especially with the Unbound card, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I feel like you're looking for ways how to become more abundant, and what might be maybe blocking you sometimes from getting that job, or what might be in the way in your subconscious, what might be in the way, and maybe you're not seeing something that you might be doing that maybe has to be changed in order for you to get more of those coins that you want. And it's actually a really good week for that for you. You're nearly there. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. All you need to do is to do a bit of soul searching here. You may want to connect to Spirit, ask for guidance, ask for advice if you're not seeing it. But I feel like you're already kind of on the verge of attracting more financial abundance in your life. One thing that I would advise you here, focus on the Temperance card. Some of you, if you have tarot cards, put that Temperance card in front of you. Do some sort of ritual, just sit with it, look at it, see what you're getting from that card from any deck of your choosing. When thinking about your financial abundance, note it down, pull out your diary, see what words are coming through. Maybe those words are very random, it's not a sentence. You'll be able to decode it. If you really are going to work on this throughout the week, I'd think so. Now, next week we're going to have is important for you to look for collaborations. I feel like it's going to be beneficial to you. Work with people who maybe have overcome this already, who had the same issue, who didn't have enough, or who are trying to, for example, if you're trying to buy a house, you don't know much about it, where do I start? Talk to people who have done this already, who have enough knowledge. With the Hierophant, there will be a person who has those keys to the doors that you need to open. Would it be someone in your physical environment around you? Would it be someone online? Maybe you're watching a podcast, you booked yourself in a course. If you are thinking, hey, I've been doing this job for a while, or if I have my own business, right? I had a really good period when I was making money. Now it's not as much. Maybe I need to learn a bit more. Maybe I need to modernize my business in some way, or my structure. Maybe I have in some way stopped growing, and therefore it shows on my financial progress. It's just, rhetorical questions here. For some of you, one of them may stick and you may want to investigate. Let's look at the fourth line. I want to read about this card from the book for you. What does the fourth line have to say here? We're looking basically at the cracks, right? The light aspect of this card, redefining reality, breaking open. Dark, precariousness, pretending delusion. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Again, stability, right, is important here. Such is the energy of the fourth line, is the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. So there is some sort of pressure, fear, or anxious maybe thought that you've been carrying with yourself that might be kind of like, and I'm seeing fire that's being diminished. I'm seeing someone pouring water over the fire and the fire dies out. And water represents that emotion or that thought that you may have. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. Sorry guys, my iPhone storage was full. It says it's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift. that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. And exactly what you want to look at next week, we're going to have is the foundational shift. What needs to be done in order for me to achieve what I want? Some of you are literally looking at the releasing soul patterns, contracts that you've made, looking into past lives. Maybe you want to book yourself in for regression therapy, for hypnosis. Maybe you're doing it on your own if you're able to, right? Maybe you are looking up I'm seeing something on YouTube. Regression to the past, something connected to the money. Or maybe you are listening to affirmations before going to sleep. Guys, pile 3, weird things are happening in this pile, man. I am sure I have enough storage on my phone. I checked it, but I keep getting disconnected here. So, when we talked about, blockages, maybe some of you are trying to overcome something really important in your life next week we're gonna have. You want to be unbound from this kind of like something that's pushing you down, pulling you down, making you feel that you are, and again, now my mom is calling me, like I cannot even finish this pile. Disturbances of some sorts. You want to see why something is not happening the way that you want it to. And with a bit of digging, you're able to find that key over here with the Hierophant card. Man, what a pile. What a pile. And someone is like, a feeling that I get about you is kind of like frustrated. Why this keeps breaking down? Why this is, I feel like there is some sort of a mist that doesn't allow me to see clearly. Or I feel like every time I start, the engine, something in the car breaks down, I need to stop and I can't get to my destination on time. It's deep here. Either it's in your subconscious or some sort of soul patterns or contract that you have made or something connected to the past life. Do a bit of digging. Really, regression work would be really helpful for you. Hypnosis would be super helpful for you if you want to open your eyes to something that you haven't maybe seen or you are not able to uncover yourself. Okay. Any advice? Ocean deck, total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy and you may find what your life has been lacking. So go deep. It's just kind of like saying what I said to you before. Go deep. Understand yourself on a deeper level. See what the crack is. It's not a bad thing that there is a crack. It's telling us something. It's an opportunity for us to do better, to have more. Let's see, okay, just out of interest. And I'm not going to be talking about next week, week and a half. I'm looking at the future, right? How would your abundance be, financial abundance be once you've done this work? We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. We have the Six of Cups twice here. Something that belonged to you is returning to you. It's like I'm seeing a cycle. I'm seeing a circle. What belonged to you is returning back to you. Again, this is childhood over here. Or past life energy over here. You're diving into the past, you're realizing what is something that you need to take from the past to bring yourself to the present, to use it to your own advantage. You have Pentacle energy to start with. This is a really good indication that you're going to be busy, you're going to have new opportunities, and more income flows into your bank account. More resources overall. It's not only about money here for you. Okay, anything else? It's time to lead. It's time to take leadership of your life right now, especially in your material world. And the Magician. There's magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. Yes. So, good indication that you're unlocking those doors. It just requires your focus, determination, energy, and work. And I don't feel like it's going to be an extensive healing period of time where, you're doing this work for years and you're not seeing results. No, I feel like this needs to be taken seriously, continuously, for at least a month. And you're going to start seeing results soon. But truly, Be in it. Be in it. I hope this made sense. If you need more content on different topics, find me on Patreon, and I wish you all a beautiful week. I'll see you next time.